So if you have a newer model Ford Transit, you've probably realized by now that an over-the-air update has taken away your ability to disable the auto start-stop feature. In general, auto start-stop is pretty well hated by most people that own cars that have it. I think it's even worse if you have a camper van and you're trying to use your alternator to like charge your back batteries. You don't need it stopping all the time when it's trying to give you a charge. So luckily, there's a company out there that made an auto start-stop Eliminator that is just a plug-and-play wire harness that just plugs in. So I went with the Eliminator that's designed by 4dtech. There's other Eliminators out there, but they all worked in the past by remembering what your last choice was. So you start your van, you disable it by the push button, and then when you shut your van off and turn it back on, it remembered that you disabled it before. This company is the only one that has mentioned that they work with the new update because you can't disable it by button no more. This one defaults to off, so it'll work with our new van upgrade. So to get started, you'll have to remove your glove box. It is pretty easy. You just squeeze in the edges and you'll see the sides just kind of like pop out of their place, and then you can just pull it all the way open. So these are the pieces you're trying to bend inward. Pretty easy. So looking at the orientation, when you go under the glove box, up under the dash, we're going for this gateway module, and you'll see that wiring harness on the side. So here is the little wire harness that we're going to install. Like I said, this is made by 4dtech. Their website, they have some other accessories and auto start stops for other vehicles, but they really seem focused on Ford vehicles. Keep in mind this video is for the Ford Transit with the 12-inch Sync 4 screen. If you have some of the other screen models with the push button, your auto start stop will go in a different place than this one. So this is the plug that we're going to undo. There is a little push button on here. I'll show a little picture of that. Don't pull on the wires when you're pulling it apart. Make sure you pull on like plastic parts. It comes apart pretty easy once you push the button. And when you place it back together, make sure it clicks together nicely. So here it is, halfway installed. You can see how it kind of orients. The clip only goes in one way, so if you're struggling with one direction, try flipping it over. And now here's both sides attached. It's a pretty tight space up in here, so it's really hard to kind of maneuver, but I have pretty big hands. I was able to do it. You can take that gateway module down, but I wouldn't recommend that. Here's that little push button I was mentioning. It's right on my middle finger there. You'd kind of squeeze that between your middle finger and your thumb, and then you'd hold on to the white striped plastic piece and peel them apart as you squeeze that button in. I mentioned that this video is only for the 12-inch screen Ford Transits. If you have a smaller screen and the push button, then you will use the data port that's on the driver's side. It's somewhere near where your legs are at. I don't know exactly where yours is. You'll just unplug your wire harness from the back of this plug, and you'll just put that new wire harness is kind of like a little extension between the two. So you have less steps to do, more room to work in. I wouldn't say this is a hard upgrade for anybody to do, but the only thing that does make it a little bit complicated is just the space, having to take the glove box down, pop it out, and then kind of work up in that little small area up there. Not hard, but it is a little bit more complicated with the 12-inch. After you're all done getting it installed, go ahead and give the van a start. It's going to be real quick, but you'll see, look, it's deactivated. Nice. So like and subscribe. I'll have more upgrade videos in the future. Got a new generator on the way, so I'll make a video for that too. Thanks for watching.